Well, you found the place for true country music from the past. That's right, it's country party time. And hi, everybody, my name is Lance Hawkins, and it's a pleasure once again to be with you, picking out all these great country songs from the past and dusting them off and playing them one more time. And boy, we got some great ones this week, as we always do, but this one's a little extra special. We got music from Roy Drusky, Conway Twitty, Carl and Pearl Butler, Bobby Nelson, Wally Black, a whole bunch more, and we hope that you'll stick with us for about the next hour as we present these great country records for you. Gonna get started off right now with a gentleman that had a very short but significant career. He made his first records back in 54, and unfortunately in 1964 he was killed in an automobile accident. But as I mentioned, he left behind some great recordings, including this one from 1963. Here is Joe Carson and Helpless.
Helpless, that's what I'd be without your lips and your arms to hold me tight. That's what I'd be without that dream of you with me every night. I feel so weak inside when you're not around, but when you're near I feel like I could tie the whole world down. Helpless, oh can't you see that I'd be helpless without you here with me? Inside when you're not around, but when you're near I feel like I could tie the whole world down. Helpless, oh can't you see that I'd be helpless without you here with me? Stand up, boo, let everyone see the funny way you're laughing, the tears that could never be. Stand up, fool, you wouldn't listen to me. Now the price of your love will be paid by me. My heart told me I was a fool. I could have your love if I played by your rules, but I just played. Said you wouldn't hurt me, then you walked out. Now my heart cries to me. Stand up, fool, let everyone see the funny way you're laughing, the tears that could never be. Stand up, fool, you wouldn't listen to me. Now the price of your love will be paid by me. Tried to explain and apologize, but my heart won't listen. It just wants to cry.
tried to make it believe, but still it cries out these words to me. Stand up, fool, let everyone see the funny way you're laughing, the tears that could never be. Stand up, fool, you wouldn't listen to me. Now the price of your love will be paid by me. The price of your love will be paid by me. Settle down and love me. Settle down and love me, won't you? Settle down and love me one more time. Won't you, babe, my little baby, tell this world I don't mean maybe, won't you? Settle down and love me one more time. I love you, you know it's true, no one else will ever do. Won't you come on back and tell me you are mine? Won't you be my little baby, tell this world I don't mean maybe, won't you? Settle down and love me one more time. Settle down and love me. Settle down and love me, won't you? Settle down and love me one more time. Won't you, babe, my little baby, tell this world I don't mean maybe, won't you? Settle down and love me one more time. I love you, you know it's true, no one else will ever do. Won't you come on back and tell me you are mine? Won't you be my little baby, tell this world I don't mean maybe, won't you? Settle down and love me one more time. Oh, I said, settle down and love me one more time. Hold me a little bit, squeeze me a little bit, tease me a little bit. Like this, I like you like this. Every time you kiss me, I like you a little bit more. Like this. Every time you hold me, you make me happy for sure. Like this. Kiss me a little bit, kiss me a little bit, want me a little bit. Like this. I like you like this. Like this. Thrill me a little bit, chill me a little bit, kiss me a little bit. Like this. I like you like this. Like this. Like this.
Hey, there they go. That's Rusty and Doug Kershaw on the Hickory label, and I Like You. And I like that song and the great harmony of Rusty and Doug Kershaw. Great singers in country music. And Doug would go on to become a very famous name in country music and swamp rock music. And that's one of their fine songs, I Like You. Before that, we heard from Norville Dollar on Nashville Records, Nashville being a subsidiary of Starday Records, and Settle Down and Love Me, some great Pete Drake steel guitar on that one. Norval Dollar, one of the fine St. Louis television personalities for many years, and Settle Down and Love Me. Before that, it was Shorty Bacon, Charles Shorty Bacon, a stalwart of California country music, something he cut on the top of the label, Stand Up Fool. And of course, Rose Maddox would later record that and have somewhat of a little hit with it. But that's the original by Mr. Shorty Bacon, Stand Up Fool. And we started it all off with, there we go, a little bit louder there, Joe Carson on Liberty Records and Helpless, a song from the pen of Bob Morris. And Joe Carson, I think, would have been a huge, huge star. Would have been up there with Buck Owens, George Jones, and many of the others in country music. But unfortunately, he wasn't that well known outside of Texas and California. He played out here quite a lot. And that's one of his fine Liberty recordings called Helpless. Well, right now, let's go to the year of 1958 and hear from Donnie Young. And, of course, we know Donnie Young better as Johnny Paycheck. This is one of his fine Decca recordings from the year of 1958, and I guess I had it coming.
I guess the fault is mine that you've left me behind. I guess I had it coming from you. Just look at things I've done, things to hurt you, hun. I guess I had it coming from you. I don't blame you for what you're doing, even though it will be my ruin. You won't give me a chance to renew our romance. I guess I had it coming from you. So in nights I can't sleep, I think way down deep, I guess I had it coming from you. I don't blame you for what you're doing, even though it will be my ruin. You've given me the blame to keep clear your name. I guess I had it coming from you. The things I've done, it seems, have shattered all our dreams. I guess I had it coming from you.
There I was in all of my innocence, loving you with all of my might. Come to find I didn't have any sense, you had a different darling every night. Peel me a banana, toss me a peanut, I'll come swinging from a coconut tree. Peel me a banana, toss me a peanut, you sure made a monkey out of me. I gave you kisses and I gave you loving, tried to please your every little whim. It all added up to a big fat nothing. Last night you up and run away with him. Peel me a banana, toss me a peanut, I'll come swinging from a coconut tree. Peel me a banana, toss me a peanut, you sure made a monkey out of me. Peel me a banana, toss me a peanut, I'll come swinging from a coconut tree. Peel me a banana, toss me a peanut, you sure made a monkey out of me. a peanut, you sure made a monkey out of me. Peel me a nanner, toss me a peanut.
When all the beer and all my friends are gone. It sure was fun having all the gang around tonight, laughing and singing and talking about old times. We raised our glasses high and drank and ended up half tight. And not once did you even cross my mind. Now all the beer and all my friends are gone, and I'm lying in the darkness trying to go to sleep alone, wondering why the radio plays the saddest songs when all the beer and all my friends are gone. It's not too hard to tell my friends that I don't love you anymore. I lie and say I found somebody else. I drink a beer and say that I don't miss you like before. But now I wonder what to tell myself. Now all the beer and all my friends are gone, and I'm lying in the darkness trying to go to sleep alone, wondering why the radio plays the saddest songs when all the beer and all my friends are gone, when all the pearl and all my friends are gone.
We was having our nightly fight, throwing things left and right, shouting and calling each other a few choice names. When in a rage she held out her hand and tore off her wedding band and throwed it in the water that was going down the kitchen drain. Down the drain went our happiness, down the drain went our love, down the drain went our future with a glove, glove. So to save our little romance and give her just one more chance, I called the plumber and right on time he came. Soon she had her little ring back on, but as soon as the plumber was gone, I heard a clunk and the sound of water running down the drain. Down the drain went our happiness, down the drain went our love, down the drain went our future with a glove, glove. So with a long little crooked wire, I worked for over an hour, till finally I retrieved that little old sparkling thing. But our love's on shaky ground, I know 'cause you see I found the remains of our marriage license in the kitchen drain. Down the drain went our happiness, down the drain went our love, down the drain went our future with a glove, glove.
Glub Glub. Yes, that's Larry Kingston on Starday Records. Great song, Down the Drain. And if that sounds a little familiar, those of you who are hooked on old TV like me, Kay Ballard and Eve Arden did a version of that on the old Mothers-in-Law television show back in the late 1960s. And apparently they must have heard Larry Kingston's record, or Desi Arnaz, who produced the show, or somebody heard Larry's record and decided that'd be cute to watch them sing that song. But Larry Kingston, great singer-songwriter, and Down the Drain. And then before that, we heard from Mo Bandy from the year of 1977, and from an album called I'm Sorry for You, My Friend, a song called All the Beer and All My Friends Have Gone. And that was written by Bill Anderson and Mary Lou Turner back when they were touring and performing and recording together. A great song. I like that at the very end, when all the Pearl and all my friends have gone. And Pearl Beer was a famous Texas brand of beer, which now is owned by Falstaff. And I last I heard, I don't know who owns it now, but great song by Mo Bandy, All the Beer and All My Friends Are Gone. Then before that, we heard from Roy Drusky, and speaking of Bill Anderson, he wrote that song from the year of 1964, Peel Me a Nanner. And apparently that song kind of embarrasses Bill. He really doesn't like to do that, and he'll only do it when people request that song. He says it's the worst song he ever recorded. Well, that one and a song called I Cry at Ball Games that Ralph Emery recorded. I asked Bill about that one time. He says, hey, Ralph Emery might claim that song, but I don't. So, Roy Drusky, one of its early Mercury recordings, and Peel Me a Nanner. And before that, we heard from Donnie Young, a.k.a. Johnny Paycheck, from the year of 1958 on Decca Records, and I Guess I Had It Coming. You're listening to Country Party Time. My name is Lance Hawkins. It's always a joy to come this way each and every week, bringing a stack of country records and albums, 78s, radio transcriptions, and all of the above. And we just have a ball. And I'd like to ask you to make it more of a ball to hear from you, to hear what you'd like to hear, and help me make my playlist. That would be a big favor from me. So get on the internet, on the email, and just send me an email to nlancehawkins@aol.com. Subject matter, Country Party Time. And if there's a song you'd like to hear, by golly, we'll try to get it on for you. And because I enjoy taking requests, and it challenges me, and I really do appreciate it. Again, the email address is nlancehawkins@aol.com. Subject matter, Country Party Time. And like I said, we'll try to get on whatever requests that you might have. Here's one I'm sure that a lot of people will love to hear. This was a big hit for Freddie Hart back in the year of 1959. And in 1970, on her one and only Starday record album called Rosie, Rose Maddox did a version of this. Here's Rose with The Keys in the Mailbox. Come on in.
Oh, jealous me and careless you, the odds were just too great. I couldn't take those lonely nights, you made me sit and wait. I thought I'd seen the last of you when you walked out of sight. Instead I see you in my dreams at night. Oh, the keys in the mailbox, come on in. I'm sitting here wishing, dear, I had your love again. I never even ask you where you've been. The keys in the mailbox, come on in. I said I'd rather be alone than share your company. I said don't come around at all if you want more than me. But sitting here alone, I can't deny this flame that burns. I'd rather take you back on any terms. Oh, the keys in the mailbox, come on in. wishing, dear, I had your love again. I never even ask you where you've been. The keys in the mailbox, come on in. Oh, the keys in the mailbox, come on in.
But don't go too far with the girl at the bar. She'll only bring you misery. A bottle on the table, empty glass, a trembling hand. Through tipped-in eyes, I watch her as she talks to another man. A picture of true loveliness, this girl I used to know. Oh, but then I found she slipped around and I had to let her go. It's alright to have a drink or two with my old used to be, or hold her while a jukebox plays a tender melody. But don't go too far with the girl at the bar. She'll only bring you misery. Not too many months ago we planned our wedding vows, and I was the man who stood where you are standing now. Oh, I believe the things she said. I gave my heart away, but they were lies, and that is why I'm all alone today. This bottle and this empty glass are all that's left for me. She's found another heart to break and has forgotten me. Yes, I went too far with the girl at the bar. Heartaches now blur my memory. To her I'm just another used to be.
When all your loves have ended, when all your friends have flown, who'd be around to want you when all your loves have gone? Only a fool would do it after the way you've done. But how many fools would have you? I know one. This fool keep wondering why he fell in love at all. But you might need this fool around in case you fall. After the party's over and you've had your fill of fun, if you need a fool to forgive you, I know one. You never know, you might be lonely when all your loves have missed. It wouldn't hurt to keep an extra fool on your list. After your heart's been broken and it needs a place to run, if you'll take a fool who loves you, I know one. I never feel like crying much
love, and everyone's amazed. Not one sign of sorrow have they seen upon my face. I laugh and joke and live it up. I'm happy all the while. I'm lucky I don't hurt too much, only when I smile. Only when I smile and try to tell myself that I don't care if she's in love with someone else. I laugh and say her leaving me won't ever cramp my style. I never feel like crying much, only when I smile. To look at me, you'd swear that I'm the image of a clown. No one dares suspect that I'm the saddest man in town. I've locked away her memory in my heart's secret file. I never think about her much, only when I smile. Only when I smile and try to tell myself that I don't care if she's in love with someone else. I laugh and say her leaving me won't ever cramp my style. I never feel like crying much, only when I smile.
Boy, I do love to hear those two people sing. That's Carl and Pearl Butler, and Only When I Smile, a song from the pen of Bill Anderson. And that's taken from the album called The Old and the New. And I've told this story how I obtained that album, but I'll go ahead and tell it one more time. They used to do package shows where they would have 4 or 5 different acts on a show, and it would be called a Grand Ole Opry program. And they would have maybe 1 or 2 stars from the Opry, and the rest were featured players. And one time, about 1964 or so, 65, my parents and myself went to a Grand Ole Opry show sponsored by the JCs in Oxnard, California, at the Oxnard High School in the gymnasium. And the star of the show was Webb Pierce. Dottie West was on there, and Carl and Pearl Butler. And it was a great price because you only paid maybe $1, or maybe not even that much, maybe 75 cents. And kids were free or very little. And you would get a great night of country music. Well, my parents and myself went to that show, and my dad bought a copy of that album. And I played it over and over and over and over. And that particular song, Only When I Smile, was my favorite track on that entire album. And that was Carl and Pearl Butler from about the year 63 or 64, and Only When I Smile. Before that, from the album All New Just For You on Little Darlin' Records, we heard from Bobby Helms on a song called I Know One, a song that was originally recorded by Jim Reeves, and later Charlie Pride did a version of it. And on his very first album, his self-titled album, Garth Brooks did a version of that. A song from the pen of Jack Clement, I Know One. Then before that, a song from Conway Twitty that was recorded up in Canada, and it was before he was known as a country music star. At that time, he was still doing rock and roll, and decided to cut a bunch of country songs, and that was one of them. A great song, Girl at the Bar. He would later re-record that on Decca, but I kind of like that version of the two versions of it. I really like. That one had a really hardcore and driving feel to it, and the great lead guitar work of the late Al Bruno on that one from Conway Twitty. And we started it all off with Rose Maddox on Starday Records and The Keys in the Mailbox. Come on in. Well, right now, let's hear from Jimmy J on the Hickory label. This is a song that was written by Bob Gallion and Earl Sinks. And if you listen really close to the harmony vocalist on this record, I'll tell you who it is after we get done with the set, but I think you might be surprised. He was just starting to get out on his own. We played him earlier, and so this person is providing harmony vocals on this one. So here's Jimmy J, and Someone's Gonna Take Off where you left off.
We don't stop this silly breakup. If we don't make up, somebody's gonna take up where you left off. Didn't leave anything with me. Looking in the mirror to keep myself company. Looking down the road, waiting for the mail. Scratching my head, chewing my nails. I'm a pitiful sight, as anyone can tell. Better hurry home to me. If we don't stop this silly breakup, if we don't make up, somebody's gonna take up where you left off. As I stood there on the porch and I watched you go, I saw you get a ride in old giddy up go. I thought for sure you'd turn around, you wouldn't even make it into town. Look now what done found, you didn't come back to me. If we don't stop this silly breakup, if we don't make up, somebody's gonna take up where you left off. I know every show that comes on TV. I watched love stories till I got them miseries. I ain't gonna watch TV no more. I've got something now I ain't had before. A pretty girl moved right next door. You better come back to me. If we don't stop this silly breakup, if we don't make up, somebody's gonna take up where you left off.
Well, I wish I was a magic man. I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd use up all my talents just to make my dreams come true. I'd reach into my big black hat, pull out a diamond ring. I'd place it on your hand and have the whole world on a string. Then I'd say, hocus pocus, and you'd be in my arms. Hocus pocus, you'd give me all your charms. I'd hold your lips so close to mine and stop the hands of time. I'd say, hocus pocus, alakazam, and baby, you'd be mine. If I was Aladdin and I had his magic lamp, I'd dress up fine and fancy, and at your front door I'd camp. We'd take in every spot in town, together we're a match. And for every gown you wear, I'd have a Cadillac match. Then I'd say, hocus pocus, and you'd be in my arms. Hocus pocus, you'd give me all your charms. I'd hold your lips so close to mine and stop the hands of time. I'd say, hocus pocus, alakazam, and baby, you'd be mine. And baby, you'd be mine.
You can send me a box of Kleenex, make it the biggest one they've got. 'Cause since it seems I'm gonna be your ex, I know I'm gonna cry a lot. You say the novelty is over, and that you need the thrill of someone new. But to let you know if I ever need a favor, well honey, here's what you can do. You can send biggest one they've got. 'Cause since it seems I'm gonna be your ex, I know I'm gonna cry a lot. So wait, tears, wait a few more minutes. Please don't fall until she's out of sight. Then I'll head for my old bed and I'll tuck me in it, and then I'll cry with all my might. You can send me a box of Kleenex, make it the biggest one they've got. 'Cause since it seems I'm gonna be your ex, I know I'm gonna cry a lot. I know I'm gonna cry a lot. One day at the racetrack where the horses running round, I bet on a long shot 'cause the rain was coming down. The gun went bang, my horse took off, you should have seen him go. But the rain stopped, my horse dropped and didn't even show. Oh, you can't pick a winner every time. If you win 1 in 10, you're doing fine. It's hard to win a quarter when you only bet a dime. You can't pick a winner every time. Once I knew a wealthy man who had 4 years to live. He didn't have a wife to leave his money to, so he said, I'm gonna give. Well, he give and he give and he gave and he gave until his time drew near. Then he found out he had a 7-year itch and had to live for 3 more years. Oh, you can't pick the winner every time. If you win 1 in 10, you're doing fine. He's gotta live for 3 more years and he ain't got a dime. You can't pick the winner every time. Playing cards in Las Vegas, hey, I was doing fine. Drawing 1 card to an inside straight and hitting it every time. Next time I got a 5-card flush and raised the pot sky high. But the dealer called with 2 pair of 4s and I laid down and cried. Oh, you can't pick a winner every time. If you win 1 in 10, you're doing fine. To make a living playing cards will drive me out of my mind. You can't pick the winner every time. Oh, you can't pick the winner every time.
On the Varsity record label, that is Milwaukee, Wisconsin favorite Bobby Nelson, and You Can't Pick a Winner Every Time. Great, great song from Bobby Nelson, who started out as a pop singer and, believe it or not, has a great country sound and cut many records. That was one of them. On Varsity, You Can't Pick a Winner Every Time. Before that, it was Lamar Morris and Send Me a Box of Kleenex, something that Dr. Roof Westheimer recommends. And Lamar Morris was Hank Williams Jr.'s brother-in-law. He was married to Lucretia Williams and had some great records, but never really hit it big on the charts. And he was the band leader for Hank Williams Jr.'s band, the Cheatin' Hearts, and later it was changed to the Bama Band. And he stayed with Hank Jr. for many years, and that's one of his fine MGM recordings, Send Me a Box of Kleenex. And before that, we heard from Bud Titus on the Sage label, a song called Hocus Pocus. And that featured the great lead guitar work of Roy Lanham on that one. Great song, Bud Titus. And we started all off with Jimmy J with vocal help by Doug Kershaw on Hickory Records, Somebody's Gonna Take Up Where You Left Off. Alrighty, well, we got some more great country music for you, and let's keep it going right now. This song, I love the title of this, and this is a gal by the name of Donna Ray, And like I said, I love the title of it. It's called That Steel Guitar Calls Out Your Name.
That steel guitar cries as I think of you tonight. I miss all those things we used to do. So I'll play another sad song, sip my drink and cry some more. As I sit here and daydream about you, let that steel guitar cry as I sit and do the same. I'm listening to those lonely notes and it's driving me insane. When that pedal steel starts crying, it's always the same. When that lonesome steel starts playing, it's calling out your name. This song that they're playing, it breaks my heart in two. Every note that steel plays takes my mind back to you. I've never heard such a lonely sound. I don't know what I will do. So cry and I'll cry along with you. Let that steel guitar cry as I sit and do the same. I'm listening to those lonely notes and it's driving me insane. When that pedal steel starts crying, it's always the same. When that lonesome steel is playing, it's calling out your name. So let that steel guitar cry as it's calling out your name.
Girl, she's 5'5", long black hair, bright green eyes, cute little smile. That's Linda Rose. She loves to dance, she always will. The jukebox plays and there she stays, dance all night. That's Linda Rose. Oh, Linda is a waitress that I know. She wears a uniform as white as snow. If you want to meet Miss Linda Rose, come along, let's go to Coffee Joe. You can tell it's Linda Rose. Long black hair, bright green eyes, cute little smile. That's Linda Rose.
Come along, let's go to Coffee Joe. You can tell it's Linda Rose. Long black hair, bright green eyes, cute little smile. That's Linda Rose. Long black hair, bright green eyes, cute little smile. That's Linda Rose. Well, I'm just a country boy, a neighbor-loving country boy. This city life just don't agree with me. Where folks are always in a rush, they push and scrounge and shove and such. This city life just don't agree with me. Well, it must be my learning, my raising, and my ways, but I just can't stand to be shoved around this way. I'm going back down on the farm with a country girl where I'll stay from harm. Life will have a meaning there for me. It'll make me feel so awful proud to be among my hometown crowd. This city life just don't agree with me. Well, I was riding on a train. I asked a pretty girl her name. She cussed and cried and slapped me in my face. It made me feel so awful bad that I had made the lady mad, and everybody laughed at my disgrace. Well, it must be my learning, my raising, and my ways, but I just can't stand to be shoved around this way. I'm going back down on the farm with a country gal where I'll stay from harm. Life will have a meaning there for me. It'll make me feel so awful proud to be among my hometown crowd. This city life just don't agree with me.
I'm off to the races to have a lot of fun. Gazing at those GGs as they run and run and run. I'll be leaning on the rail when that starter shoots the gun. Oh, I'm off to the races to have a lot of fun. I'm off to the races and I've got just what it takes to travel in a limousine and down on luscious steaks. But if luck should be unkind and Dobbin gets the shakes, to be sure of getting home again, I've got my roller skates. Oh, I'm off to the races to have a lot of fun. Gazing at those GGs as they run and run and run. I'll be leaning on the rail when that starter shoots the gun. Oh, I'm off to the races to have a lot of fun. Sheet to choose a favorite son. I picked a horse called Lunchtime. He's hot at 12 to 1. I'll play him in the double and reverse him back to back. But if that nag should lose, I'll be well dressed in a sack. My handicap reward me, be sure to play Flynn hard. He'll be flying down the home stretch before the others start. I'll take his advice and play his favorite nag. But I'm hoping and I'm praying he won't zig when he should zag. I'm off to the races to have a lot of fun. Gazing at those GGs as they run and run and run. I'll be leaning on the rail when that starter shoots a gun. Oh, I'm off to the races to have a lot of fun.
Well, that is Bill Franklin on a great song, I'm Off to the Races. And that was on the Abbey label from the early 1950s. Great song by Bill Franklin. Before that, we heard a song I want to send out to my good friend Barry Funkhauser. That was his grandfather, and his name was Wally Black, and he recorded for Fable Records and Fedora, and that one was on the Tampa label, a song called I'm Just a Country Boy. Then before on Faber Records, we heard from Bob and Rod. Not sure who Bob is, but Rod was Rod Hart, who had somewhat of success back in the mid-1970s with a record called C.B. Savage, and but that's playing it straight from about 1962, Bob and Rod and Linda Rose. And we started it all off with Donna Ray, and that steel guitar calls your name. Alrighty, we got time for a couple more. Let's go back to the year of 1969. Again, we played a record on this label by Bobby Nelson. You can't pick a winner every time. So once again on Varsity Records, here are the Kendalls, and Don't Pass Me By. I'm sorry, Don't Let Me In.
If I should try to call you on the phone, don't bother to answer at all. If I should try to see you once again, don't open the door, don't let me in.
I thought someone was spreading all those vicious lies, until I caught you running round with other guys.
If I should try to see you once again, don't open the door, don't let me in. If I should try to hold you in my arms, it would only be the thrill and then the storm. If I should try to kiss you once again, don't open the door, don't let me in.
I thought someone was spreading all those vicious lies, until I caught you running round with other guys.
If I should try to see you once again, don't open the door, don't let me in.
Well, that's Royce and Jeannie Kai Kendall, also known as the Kendalls, on Varsity Records, Don't Let Me In. And don't let me in because I've got more records to play, but unfortunately we got to wait till next week. So we'll be back again in 1 week with more great country music right here on Country Party Time. My name is Lance Hawkins. Hey, it's been a pleasure to be here, and we'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.